Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. It's raining here. It's raining. It's going to be a rainy Friday. Ugh. How's it going, peeps? So, yeah, I have a good one too. Well, I think it's a good one. I think it resonates with a lot of people. The fear of failure. You know, say, I don't. And I mean, failure is, some people are very, they don't want to disappoint. They don't want to look like a fool. I can't go back because what if I don't do well? I don't want to look, I'm embarrassed. And I'm from the school of, as long as you try and you keep trying. I feel trying is part of being successful. I mean, there's the school of thought where you're not successful unless you complete something. You're not successful unless you're winning. See, I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up with my parents being like, you have to be perfect. You have to have like perfect grades. They were happy when we passed. You know, they never expected us to be A students. My brother was a very good student. He was much better than I was. I was not the best of students. Yeah. And I really think now, I guess looking back, I probably either A, should have been held back a year, or B, like now we have like special services, and I was a reader, but I guess I just wasn't, I don't know, maybe I think I had a little ADD, maybe I remember being in class and just like drifting off. Like this wasn't interesting me, so I would just, I think that's something that did interest me. I missed the whole entire lesson, but that's a whole other video. But I don't mind failing. I feel like my parents didn't say you had to win in everything. Like if we would play a game, there only had to be one winner, and it wasn't always you. And it's okay. But there are people, there are children. I see children now. It's like if they don't get an A, they freak out. And there are people, like, I guess I see on Weight Watchers, if they don't lose every week, they freak out. They feel they're failures. And you know what? You're not. I mean, I can sit there and say you're not, but they don't believe it. Then that's the problem. You believe the negative. And I always say this a lot of times too. It's easier to believe the bad things than it is to believe the good things. And how do we change that mindset? I really don't know. I always think things come from us, from our childhood, how we were raised. I don't want to blame our parents, but when you're set in your ways and you're thinking, it's hard to rethink that way. Because if you're always made, that there's people, they're made to be number one, and number two is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Well, somebody has to be number two because not everybody can be number one. And I didn't raise my kids that way either. I didn't. You didn't have to be number one to be successful. The fact that you completed something makes you successful. And it's hard, and that's why a lot of these kids struggle in school, because I hate to blame the parents, but it's the parents. They put these unrealistic, a famous line of mine, unrealistic expectations. And these kids struggle to be that. They could be a B+ student, which is fabulous, and it's not an A. So the parents would be like, "Is this what you bring me home? That's not good. I know you can do better. I know you can do better." Like, so that's what we are like. We know we can do better. Oh my God, I didn't lose this week. I'm sad and depressed. But you completed a week on Weight Watchers. You in your mind had a good week, and you know what? You probably did have a good week. But just because the scale didn't show it doesn't mean you didn't have a good week. So we automatically think we failed. That scale did not give me the reward I needed. I failed, and you didn't. But then when you have that I failed attitude, I don't care, I'm not doing this, this is horrible, I can't lose weight, this is horrible, I'm just going to be fat the rest of my life, and this Weight Watchers is for the birds, I'm going to try keto, I'm going to go get an operation, I need something quick and easy, it's going to work. And I mean, those other things will work, I think. I've never done them. What smells? What do I feel like the car smells? My lights are on. I don't know. But I always think weight loss surgery does work, but you still have to learn how to eat. because if you eat the way you're eating, you're going to put the weight right back on. So learn early that is important. But always trying. Like I keep saying, as long as you keep hitting that reset button, I think you're a winner. It took me a long time to get here. Like I said, I've been heavy 45 years. No, 44 years. I was 10. 40, 10. I have to keep adding a year because, you know, yeah, I've been heavy my whole life. And how many times have I tried Weight Watchers? I don't stock in Weight Watchers. But I kept trying. So, yeah, I mean, did I believe and gain weight? Yes, I did. You know, I just don't know how to. It's hard for me to say. I can say a lot of things, but you're only going to believe what you're going to believe. You're only going to understand what you want to understand. I mean, I could, you know, if you believe that, there's really, I mean, I'm just trying to reiterate that this journey, you know, has its ups and downs, and I just want to say keep trying. As much as you fail, it's not really failure, it just is what it is some weeks. I don't know how to even give it a word, like, and we always have to give things labels, like, well, what are you going to call it then? Failure? No, I don't want to call it failure, but we have to give it a label. And it is what it is. Some days to me, it just is. And I don't want to have to give it a label because it doesn't really matter why. Does it in the end? No. It just is what it is. I say it to the kids all the time, but the older ones, it is what it is. And they're just like, because they want to have a label for everything because that's how life is. We give things a label and we put it on the shelf and it's pretty. Sometimes there just is no answer. But I think we need an answer because we need to put it in a little box and put it away because we have an answer, put it in a box, put it away. Sometimes there just isn't an answer. And can we live with that? You know, I shrug my shoulders every time. It is what it is to me. That has been my attitude, you know, a while. You know, I'm unorganized in my life. I am who I am. Can you change? I don't know. I mean, you could sit there and throw everything away and say, okay, now I'm decluttered. But then you go right out and buy more stuff because I have room now. So technically, it's the same stuff. I don't know. There are days I just don't know what the answer is. And then I figured, you know what? Because there isn't an answer. It is what it is. I am who I am. I have to learn how to live in, you know, everybody's different in the world. Not everybody's organized. So why do I have to worry about being organized? I don't. You know, I sit there and I struggle with, I need to, you know, organize my life. I say this all the time. Is anybody going to come and check on my organization? No. Will it make my life easier? It may make it easier, but it may make it more stressful because that's not who I am. So every time I've ever done that, and it's like I stress more because I can't find anything. Yes, I live in clutter. I live in clutter. I know where everything is in the clutter. I can find everything like that. Every time I organize, I lost my microphone when I cleaned my desk. I'm like, so I think I'm just the type that accepts my imperfections and know that they're normal. Even with this weight loss journey, and you know, like I have ups and downs now. I'm on maintenance. I have ups and I have downs. I have good scale weeks and bad scale weeks. But it is what it is. I've done all I can do. I've done the best I can. And I say this all the time. If I had to relive these weeks again, would I do anything different? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would not sit there and not have this or not have that. Oh, well, if I rewound the week, I wouldn't. Because it is what it is. When you take something, you own it. And you move on, and whether the scale shows it or not is what the scale shows it or not. I'm saying this because this is how I think. I don't expect everybody to think this way. I'm just trying to tell you where I come from on Dish with D. This is her journey, and these are her thoughts. And I don't want everybody to agree with me. That's not what this channel is about. You're just trying to, oh my God, she's so right. No, I'm just saying this is why, in case you wonder, why do I come with these conclusions? Why do I think this way? And I try to explain that. And if it resonates with you, that's wonderful. And if it aggravates you, it aggravates you. I get it. I watch a lot of things that aggravate me. Let me tell you, I do. There's a lot of people I don't agree with. But you know what? It's everybody's journey. Everybody's journey is different. You need to find your niche and what works and what you can live with and what sustains you and doesn't drive you nuts. Because a lot of things out there would drive me a little bit nuts. And that's why, you just scroll on by. It is what it is. And I think I feel so, fortunate when I think about it. As a kid, you don't think of these things, but how I was raised really, molded you for the future. And my parents, I'm so glad they were very, they weren't my friends, they were my parents. But they just didn't put these things on us as kids, it's only my brother and I, but we really did have a horrible childhood. We weren't really made to do, it wasn't like we had things we had to do. There was things that was expected of us, as it should be. Kids need to have jobs. That's just how it is. And they're better for it. They may not act like it at the time, but they're better for it. My kids have jobs. They always have. They have to have responsibility. We always had responsibility. There was expectations. We weren't handed things. We were never just handed things. Everything we had, we earned. Because, you have to, you can't. Life isn't about handing you something. Life is about earning it. And when you earn it as a young child, you appreciate it so much more. I even see kids in school, like they just didn't care about things. I see kids now that just don't care about things because it gets handed to them. Yeah, we're going on a yearly trip to Disney. Like, the kid didn't care he's going to Disney World. Really? Because it was a big deal when we went to Disney World. It was huge. We didn't go every year. I never went as a child. What am I saying? I went as an adult. I was 18, 19. Yeah, we couldn't afford to go, so we didn't go. But there's people now that go every year. It's like they're going to the shore. And these kids, they don't even care. Because that's what that's the generation that's coming up. And so how are we going to appreciate our weight loss journey when, we really don't care. So appreciate what we have. Appreciate that you can be on this journey. Again, there might not be weeks that we want to see the results of the scale. I get that. Trust me. If I would go back and take a picture of my tracker, my weight loss book, there were many weeks I didn't have losses. Many weeks, especially towards the latter part of my journey. The less you have to lose, the less weeks you're going to lose. And that's just the nature of the beast. It just is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So that is my spiel. I don't know if it really made much sense. I don't even remember where I started. That's what happens when I do this. I get into a subject that snowballs into many, many things. But yeah, I can't remember where I started. It's that kind of, it's a rainy day. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this vlog. If it made any sense, I don't really know, because I do that a lot. I think one snowballs into another, snowballs into another, and I forgot where I started. Because I went so far into the maze. I can't remember with this, but it's pressure. The pressure we put on ourselves to be perfect. Perfection is overrated. Trust me. I don't know of this to speak because I'm certainly not perfect. But you know what? It is overrated. But there are people that's how they live their life. It's perfection. It's number one or it's nothing, or you're a failure, and that's so wrong. But you know what? I don't think there's any convincing them otherwise, because I think that it's ingrained in them from when they were young. And there's no way that me telling them this will even help, because it's just going to be like, go by. Because that's how it is. But take it from D, it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this hot mess vlog. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, maybe you'd consider subscribing. I'm not quite sure. You'd be like, I'm not subscribing to her vlog. She's a bit out there. It is what it is. Have a great day, folks. We will dish another day.